Well, hi everybody, it's Hubby here with Just About Anything Garage on a very wet May 13th. I think it's supposed to stop the rain coming into the afternoon, but it was very wet. And I'm going to bring you a really quick up-to-date from behind the scenes, exciting, compelling stuff that you need to do that you don't think about when you have a channel. And I know lately it hasn't been hyper compelling, but we've been trying, of course, to get the shop cleaned up so we can actually work in it. And one of the things that we're doing is we're putting in a Home Depot 10 by 14 shed so we can put parts in some of the tools. And you got the platform done. Yesterday was a gorgeous day. Got it all hammered out and it's all leveled. And of course, I mean, it's all pressure treated except for the plywood, of course, which is now soaked from the rain. That we'll have to dry off and then coat it with something because we don't want it to rot too quick. The other thing we need to do is it's all level now. It's level in every direction. We're going to get some rock and put some rock underneath it because as you can tell, the cross members are up. We got them every 2 feet, right? And this is 15-30 seconds. So you got a little sag in the middle, but not a big deal because it's not going to be like regularly used. You're going to store stuff on it and do it. But we're going to put stone underneath it. And then we're going to do skirting shims, which is basically a 2x8, which will cut in a wedge shape to the height and screw it to the sides of the 2x4s here on this side, and then down on that end to act as the supports for it with the stone underneath it so that you know it's supported in the middle on that stuff. So little quick update. Once we have that shed up, which will probably be the next update, I'll show you that, maybe some of the assembly so you get an idea how hard it is to assemble that. We'll move tools and stuff that we're not using. The planer, of course, it's in the way that we need to get out, and the sander back here, and the bandsaw, which I have a metal blade on it, but it's primarily used for wood, and then any other things like some of the storage stuff here that we have on the supply rack that we know we're not going to touch, like, you know, we got extra winches and stuff like that that we've kept over the years, and, you know, extra cords and stuff. We'll do a nice neat stack in that when we get it done out there, and put these in there so that we can put active supplies on this, so I can come over and grab supplies. This is active parts. We'll get some of these parts that we know that we're not going to use over in that for storage. Like, for example, I got a couple of transmissions here, a Power Glide, a Turbo Hydromatic 400, and one other 200 4R. Over here, I got an engine sitting there that we need to do. And, you know, we got bunches of parts. Like, this is off of the original air cleaner off of Big Bertha. And then we've got a bunch of Nova parts and power steering parts and stuff that we just don't need to have here. This is a bunch of engine stands that I bought when we were moving. So we'll get that stuff pulled off, and we'll use this as an active stand to put Corvette parts that we're acquiring for the project or for any other projects onto that. Okay? So we're making progress. It's just a little bit slow. You saw us put that up there. So we're going to have our guy come in and do that. We've got a guy, my garage guy, is going to come in and redo this garage door. Take it from this low implementation here to this higher implementation. He's got all the parts ordered and the new opener. So this will be a high lift. So we don't have to worry about hitting things when we put lift up. So when we do bigger stuff, like was measuring, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think Laverne here will fit, just fit, and we want to do something. Also, let me give you a point while I'm looking at this. We mounted, right, the hydraulic station in the back, and I didn't originally have it covered, and you want to do that, and the reason for that is it's got these little connectors that's a magnetic control right here. Well, water gets in those if you don't cover it, even though they have the seals on it. I don't know what happened, but I have new replacements coming so I can replace them out, but they will leak. So what we're going to do is when we go to get this permanently set up here, we're going to put a shield over that to keep dirt and crap. But anyways, I just thought I'd tell you that if you're getting one of those Beaver controls, make sure you cut, even though it's sealed so it's not supposed to do that, it still gets water in it. Anyways, that's a quick update from behind the scenes on what we're doing here. I just thought I'd bring that to you, and we'll be back to you when we hit the next step. And we're going to have a video on Ghost coming out because we're going to do a little bit of work on her because we're driving her again, take care of some annoying things. and get her ready for the next performance step. All right, we appreciate you guys. Do all that jazz for me. I would really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, make a comment, let people know that I'm out here. We would appreciate it. So we'll see you again shortly with some project news and some more exciting, compelling behind the scenes action.